Hi, blessings everyone. It's Saturday and it's just after 6 o'clock in the evening here in Edinburgh, 4th of September. So the message coming through this evening is about leading a holistic life. What does this mean? Leading a holy life, I call it. It's where we're whole. We're literally living through our wholeness. So when we live through our wholeness, or we're leading a holistic lifestyle, then every part of our being is attuned to all of life. The wisdom that comes from being able to share with ourselves a really healthy lifestyle where there's no separation, there's no need for any health coming from outside, it's coming from inside. And leading a healthy lifestyle and leading a lifestyle that's based on these principles that I'm talking about. Trying to put this into words that are understandable. I always feel that I speak in a different language, and I feel it's always been that way for me. So the energy that's connected with the wholeness that we live is very much a place of harmony and flow, where our energy system is generating life. The life force is feeding us. We feel a very deep awareness of who we are in the moment. We're connected with the infinite and the universal source of light. There's a connection with Source that connects us with value and also deeply connects us with the material world, with the earth, and a sense of beauty that enlightens us into our freedom. We have a sense of belonging where we know that we're living in harmony with nature, with the stars, and that all of life is encompassed within our being. So we don't need to separate ourselves from anything. There's no need to recognize ourselves from the external. We might have a recognition of the infinite, which would come through things like art, design, beauty, architecture, the largeness of life, including Mother Earth. And we have a very deep understanding of ourselves that is organic. And it can bring a great deal of sensitivity through, because the sensitivity is connected with our journey of life. The journey is one of translation, I would call it, where we translate our life from inside. And as we move through life, there's a sense of the timeless, where there's no time. There's a sense of a very deep connection at soul level. Life can be it can be very formless, where we're really connected in with spirit and the light inside us in a way that is recognized. So leading a whole and holistic life is very much about being tapped in and being someone who's really switched on. A switched on person would be someone who can feel the changes that are happening in the earth, can feel the planets moving through them. They're aware that the physical body is a translation of life that comes from our DNA and from our ability to recognize that this is not who we truly are. We can admire ourselves and really perceive ourselves from a place of deep union with Source. So we'll have a sense of connection there with ourselves, which is about, it can be non-recognition. I'm saying that from a place because that's what I experience. Also, the freshness of the moment, where our mirror is around us in our world, and it's connected with, I would say it's with who we truly are. So we might have a mirror of something that is very much about art, visual art, if you're a visual person, having a painting that is in your home, being authentic is really important, and being around individuals who are authentic, where people that are real, where there's nothing hidden, there's no illusion, there's only this sense of very deep love for one another, and really respecting and admiring that uniqueness that we all have inside. The sensitivity can be, if you want to call it sensitivity, but our intake and how we take in life is really important. Being able to digest life. So, natural, organic foods, for example. Being aware that you need to move beyond anything that's elusive. Also, living with a mirror of who we are around us. Architecture, culture, buildings. How does our home feel? A holistic home will be a place that's organic, where there's a lot of organic materials, for example. Personally, I love to be surrounded with clay, and I love the beauty of natural clay, where it has an energy to it. So I like to eat from clay. Having natural substances around us. Substance isn't a good word, but really being aware of the light and the shadow, the design, the place around us that is natural. The more that we're energy-based, the more that we need colour. We need vibration around us. And we need to know that we can really soak up the atmosphere in our home and feel fully blessed with the experience of being home. So if you're an earthborn person, in terms of sensitivity, you'll want to have natural ingredients in the kitchen. You probably want an earth-based kitchen as well, where there's lots of clay and earthy colours around. And you want to cook organically. Even the item that we're cooking in needs to be felt as part of this wholeness. So for example, I'm cooking some sweet potato in a clay pot at the moment. And I started using clay pots probably around 20 years ago, 15 years ago, I don't know. But I buy these amazing clay pots from Colombia, and I find that when I cook with them, they use less energy. I can have the food cooking and I can switch it off and just have it cooking because the pot retains the heat. Being aware of the simplicity and the value in every item that we have. So, for example, I have a lot of olive wood in the kitchen. Olive wood spoons and bowls I eat with coconut wood, and I don't use metal. I haven't been using metal for quite a long time. It just happens naturally. But these are just examples of what it is to be very connected and really live a holistic life. Life is very different from the material world that we can observe, and attainment, need, it grows organically from inside us. And so our home is an extension of who we are. Natural wood around. For me, I love stone and clay. I'm really into wood as well. Original fire, because I love fire. So original fireplaces, a beautiful building, wooden floors, colourful rugs, places to sit on the floor. I never sit on a couch these days. Everything is on the floor. Lots of plants around me. And again, colour. And symbolism that comes through art and painting can be extremely important to me. This, I don't know if you can see it, but I have a mask on the wall here above the doorway. And I bought this in Portugal, about 20 years ago. And it spoke to me. I went into a gallery and it was on the wall and it was saying, "Take me home." So I was able to do that. It has a face that feels like, it felt like a spirit guide that was coming through in the face. And it's got dreadlocks on one side. It's a red, it's almost terracotta type colour. The colour's changed over the years. It's also made of leather, which is interesting because I haven't really been using leather much for a number of years. But I seem to have a very deep feeling with leather, and it's probably the skin, because I'm very connected with skin. And leather, when I have leather on my feet, or this mask that I've got here, it literally speaks to me of its origins. And there's something very organic about leather, and being able to breathe with it. So if I have leather shoes that I wear barefoot, and they always feel as if I'm walking in my bare feet. But I also have shoes and boots that are not made of leather, and I wrap them around my legs, and the shoes are made of a natural material that allows me to walk barefoot, because barefoot's really important. I'm barefoot when I'm at home. When everything is in balance, we don't have any issues with anything, because it's all a part of us, and therefore living from a place that is deeply connected allows us to really taste life. So this period that has been experienced with all the confusion and living on Mother Earth, and witnessing it and watching and observing, I see many people going through a process that is bringing them into their wholeness. And I feel that when we really let go of the external world, that everything that we experience in life has a depth and a quality to it and a richness that is beyond words, to be quite honest. It's amazing. Anyway, I just wanted to give that message out tonight. And also just allowing the feeling of life to come through, because we're living in a period of deep, deep feeling. We're communicating telepathically, which is natural. Our feelings are bringing towards us the love that we feel for life, and this deep unity that I speak about, and this feeling of surrender. It's the only word that I can say. Surrendering into who we truly are. So on that note, I'm going to leave you with that. I'll just finish with a prayer tonight. The energy's been really beautiful today. Ishmina la 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 ish un ish un Oshina la 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 ish un shi ish un ui Ashima la 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 ish la la e oi Mishma la 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 titin la 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 ish un So above, I'm seeing this beautiful golden star and the illumination of light, this connection with Gaia, and its ability to really absorb all that is resistance, conditioning, and a deep unity again with who we truly are. Ashmalala ish un shala ish un Many blessings. Namaste. Have a beautiful evening. Have a beautiful day. I'll speak to you soon.